What if I told you the Atlanta Falcons might trade away one of the most talented players on their roster right before their most important season in years? Kyle Pitts, the man we drafted to be the future, now suddenly linked to the Miami Dolphins? This isn't just some wild fan theory. This is real talk, real sources, real tension inside Atlanta. Could this be the moment that changes everything for the Falcons? Let's break it down. And trust me, by the end of this, you're going to have a lot to say. Falcons fans, buckle up because we've got a storm brewing. Right as we were all settling into the calm of late June, just days before the July 4th holiday, something big dropped. A rumor, no, a shockwave, tore through the NFL world. Kyle Pitts, one of the most gifted tight ends in the game, might actually be on his way out of Atlanta. Let that sink in for a second. This isn't some random tweet from a bored fan. This story is coming from real insiders, from people inside the league, from reporters who follow the Miami Dolphins closely. And they're saying the Dolphins are watching Pitts closely. It all started after a blockbuster trade between the Dolphins and Steelers, a deal already shaking up the league. But then, Kyle Pitts' name got thrown into the mix. And just like that, everything changed. People started asking, wait, is this legit? Could the Falcons really move on from Pitts? Here's the truth. It's not likely, but it's also not impossible. Right now, the Falcons don't seem like they want to trade him. Pitts is still under contract. He's still one of the most dangerous offensive weapons we have. But, and this is a big but, everything can change in one phone call. All it takes is the right offer. The kind of offer that makes your jaw drop and your phone hit the floor. Now here's where things get tricky. The Falcons are entering a huge season. Everything is riding on Michael Penix Jr., our new quarterback. He was drafted in the top 10. The front office believes in him. The coaches believe in him. And let's be real, fans want to believe in him too. So why on earth would you take away one of his best weapons before he even plays a snap? Trading Pitts right now could mess up the whole plan. But at the same time, there's some serious strategy at play behind the scenes. Let's say Miami offers a fourth-round pick for Pitts. That might sound tempting, but think it through. A fourth-round pick won't help you this season. The guy you draft with that pick is still in college right now. He won't be ready to contribute in 2025. So what are you really gaining? Now let's flip it. What if you keep Pitts, let him play one more season, and then if he leaves in free agency, you get a compensatory pick in return, maybe a fifth-rounder in 2027. Would you really trade a whole season of Kyle Pitts, a season where he could help your rookie QB grow and win games, for a fourth-rounder who doesn't even suit up this year? That's not just a tough decision. That's the kind of move that separates smart front offices from reckless ones. So here's the question I'm throwing to you. The fans who live and breathe this team, would you trade Kyle Pitts now for a fourth-round pick in 2026? Or do you ride with him one more year and see what he and Penix Jr. can do together? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Should the Falcons keep Pitts and go all in on this season, or cash out now and risk the future? Rate your confidence in this front office from 1 to 10. Let's see where the fan base stands. What if trading Kyle Pitts isn't just about talent, but about identity? Because letting go of him now wouldn't just change the roster, it would send a powerful message about who the Atlanta Falcons are and what kind of team they want to become. Is this about winning now or rebuilding for tomorrow? Let's get real. If the Falcons actually do pick up the phone and talk trade, they better ask for something bigger than what Kyle Pitts looks like on paper. In a perfect world, General Manager Terry Fontenot would only trade Pitts if the return was above his current market value. Something that truly makes sense for the team and the future. Maybe a third-round pick at minimum. But even that idea is already dividing the fan base. Why? Because let's be honest, Pitts hasn't fully delivered yet. So far in his NFL career, he hasn't reached 1,000 yards since his rookie season. He's never scored more than 4 touchdowns in a season. That's not the production fans expected from a guy picked 4th overall in the entire NFL draft. And yet, the upside is still there. He's only 23. He's got size, speed, hands, and with the right quarterback, he could still explode. That's where the Miami Dolphins come in. They think their guy Tua Tagovailoa can unlock that potential. They're watching, they're thinking, they're dialing up scenarios. Now imagine this. Dolphins GM Chris Greer calls Atlanta and says, "We want Kyle Pitts. We're offering a third-round pick." If you were Terry Fontenot, what would you say? This is where things get tricky, and maybe a little painful. The Falcons already spent their 2025 first-round pick to move up and draft pass rusher James Pierce. They also gave up their fifth-round pick for safety Xavier Watts. That means in the next draft, they only hold a second, a third, and a fourth in the first 5 rounds. So if the Falcons are going to trade someone as talented and as symbolic as Pitts, the return needs to be something immediate, something they can actually use, not just a maybe, not just a what if. And here's the twist. Even though trading Pitts could hurt Michael Penix Jr.'s growth, even though it might look like the team is giving up on a huge part of their past plan, a third-round pick doesn't sound as crazy as it once did. Why? Because the logic behind it is simple. The Falcons need to reload. They need to get back some draft capital. They need to prepare for the next wave of talent. They believe they still have enough firepower with Drake London, Darnell Mooney, and Ray McLeod to help Penix Jr. grow. So if they can't get more than a third for Pitts, well, it might still be enough to start the conversation. And here's what a bold GM might say in that room. If I'm trading Kyle Pitts, I want more than just his market value. I want to feel like I'm winning the deal. A third-rounder is my starting point. If the Dolphins accept that, then maybe I'm all in. But here's what we really need to talk about. What does trading Kyle Pitts actually mean for the identity of the Atlanta Falcons? Because this isn't just about numbers. It's not just about contracts or stats or picks. This is about what he represents. Kyle Pitts was supposed to be the guy, the highest drafted tight end in NFL history, picked 4th overall in 2021, a unicorn, a matchup nightmare, a player so rare, so gifted that teams would have to change their entire defense to stop him. But due to bad luck, injuries, poor quarterback play, inconsistent coaching, that dream hasn't become reality. So if the Falcons trade him now, they're doing more than moving a player. They're sending a message that says, we're shifting our vision, we're thinking about the future, we're willing to sacrifice now so we can win later. It would mean that long-term building has become more important than short-term winning. And that's not a decision you make lightly. So now I ask you, would you trade Kyle Pitts for a third-round pick? Would that be a genius move to set up the future, or a major mistake the Falcons will regret for years? Drop your take in the comments, and tell us what this move would say about the identity of your team. Now let's talk about the real gamble. You've just drafted Michael Penix Jr., a rookie quarterback you spent major draft capital to get. You've bet big on him. The whole future of your franchise might rest on how well he plays in year 1. And now, you're thinking about taking away one of his best weapons? That's a bold move. A dangerous one, maybe even reckless, because here's what could happen. You trade Kyle Pitts to Miami. He joins Tua Tagovailoa, and suddenly the Dolphins' offense becomes terrifying. Imagine Pitts in a system that knows how to use him, a scheme that stretches the field and actually designs plays for athletic tight ends. Now fast forward to week 4. You turn on Red Zone, and there he is, Kyle Pitts, soaring above a linebacker, snatching a touchdown in the back of the end zone. The announcer says, "That's what a unicorn looks like." And Falcons fans are sitting at home asking the same painful question. Why couldn't we make that work? That's the risk. If you're going to make a move like this, it can't just be about draft picks. It has to come with vision. You have to know where you're going. You have to believe in the direction you're taking this team. Now let's be real, Kyle Pitts hasn't been the superstar we all hope for, at least not consistently. After a brilliant rookie season with over 1,000 yards, his production has dropped. Just 6 touchdowns in 3 years. Injuries slowed him down. The offense didn't feature him right. And honestly, the quarterback play wasn't helping either. So maybe, just maybe, this system isn't the best fit for him. Maybe Penix isn't the quarterback to unlock his full potential. And maybe, just maybe, a fresh start is best for both sides. And here's where it gets interesting. If the Falcons decide to pull the trigger and take that third-round pick from Miami, it changes how they approach the 2025 draft. With only a second, third, and fourth rounder, they don't have a full war chest, but they've got enough to make moves. That third rounder could become a solid defensive starter. It could turn into a key offensive lineman to protect Penix, or even another receiving threat, someone who fits better with Zach Robinson's system. So yes, that pick isn't just a number. It's flexibility. It's a path forward. But let's not pretend this is just about strategy. It's not. This is about belief. Does this front office still believe that Kyle Pitts can become the player they dreamed of when they took him fourth overall, higher than any tight end in NFL history? Do they believe he can thrive in this new offense with a young quarterback who's still learning NFL speed? Or do they believe that right now, before he has another down year or gets injured again, is the best time to get something valuable in return? This is the kind of moment that defines a general manager's legacy. If Pitts goes to Miami and becomes a Pro Bowler, fans won't forget. But if he fades, if he never finds that next level, then the Falcons made the smart call. They got ahead of the curve. Truth is, nobody knows how this ends. But here's what we do know. The clock is ticking. The Falcons are at a turning point. This decision isn't just about one player, it's about the future identity of this team. So now I ask you again. Falcons fans, if the Dolphins call tomorrow and offer a third-round pick, do you take it? Do you believe in Drake London, Darnell Mooney, and Ray McLeod to carry the load? Do you put your faith in Penix Jr. without the safety net of a top-tier tight end? Or do you hold on to Pitts and push all your chips in for this season? Let it all out in the comments. Your hopes, your doubts, your hot takes. If you were Terry Fontenot, what would you do? Trade Kyle Pitts now or ride it out and go all in for 2025. The future is being written, and your voice belongs in the conversation.